Hello everyone and welcome to the lecture on Amazon CloudWatch. So this lecture will contain all these topics. What is Amazon CloudWatch? How CloudWatch ingests, stores and evaluates data. CloudWatch metrics resolution and retention rollup. CloudWatch metrics. CloudWatch logs. CloudWatch alarms. Dashboards, Event Bridge and Unified CloudWatch agent. CloudWatch components. EC2 monitoring. Observability access manager. CloudWatch logs insights, integration patterns, when to choose CloudWatch versus similar services. First topic, what is Amazon CloudWatch? Amazon CloudWatch is AWS fully managed monitoring and observability service. For data collection, CloudWatch collects metrics, which are measurements, logs, and events from AWS resources, on-premises servers, and hybrid environments. For capabilities, CloudWatch enables alarms, dashboards, automated actions, and log analytics. Second topic, how CloudWatch ingests, stores, and evaluates data. CloudWatch operates on a push-based model. Data is pushed to CloudWatch, not pull-based. Data sources include AWS services that auto-publish metrics such as EC2 CPU, Lambda invocations, and RDS connections. Custom push methods include put metric data API, CloudWatch agent, and embedded metric format. For alarm evaluation, standard alarms are evaluated once per minute using 60-second period metrics. High-resolution alarms are evaluated every 10 or 30 seconds, providing near real-time evaluation. Third topic, CloudWatch metrics resolution and retention rollup. High-resolution metrics have a resolution of less than 60 seconds and are retained for 3 hours. 1-minute resolution metrics have a 60-second period and are retained for 15 days. 5-minute resolution metrics have a 300-second period and are retained for 63 days. 1-hour resolution metrics have a 3600 second period and are retained for 455 days, which is approximately 15 months. Automatic rollup means data points automatically roll up to coarser resolution over time. No manual deletion means metrics cannot be deleted manually. They expire automatically as per the retention schedule. Terminated resources. CloudWatch retains metrics for terminated instances and deleted resources for the full 15 months, that is 455 days retention period. Default retention means CloudWatch logs are retained indefinitely by default. So this is heavily tested on exams. Retention policy. You can explicitly set a retention policy ranging from 1 day to 10 years. It is configured per log group and helps control cost. Fourth topic, CloudWatch metrics. Metrics are identified by namespace, metric name, and up to 30 dimensions. Each unique dimension combination creates a separate metric. AWS service uses the AWS/service namespace convention, for example, AWS/EC2 or AWS/RDS. Standard resolution is 1 minute. High resolution custom metrics support 1 second granularity via storage resolution equal to 1 in the put metric data call. Statistics include average, sum, min, max, sample count, and percentiles such as P99 and P95. Fifth topic is CloudWatch logs. The log structure has 3 levels: log groups for retention and access control, log streams for a sequence of events from one source, and log events which contain a timestamp and a message. Metric filters extract numerical metrics from logs. They are not retroactive and only process events after filter creation. Subscription filters provide real-time streaming of log data to destinations such as Lambda, Kinesis data streams, Kinesis data firehose, and OpenSearch. Each log group supports up to 2 subscription filters. Sixth topic is CloudWatch alarms. Alarms have 3 states, which are OK, alarm, and insufficient data. Alarms use M out of N evaluation logic, meaning the alarm triggers when M data points breach the threshold within the N evaluation periods. Missing data can be treated as missing, that is to maintain state, or not breaching, breaching, or ignore. So there are 4 possible values for missing data treatment. Alarms invoke actions only on state changes, not continuously. Composite alarms combine multiple alarms with and or not logic to reduce alarm noise. However, they cannot trigger EC2 or auto-scaling actions directly, and cross-account composite alarms are not supported. Seventh topic is dashboards, Event Bridge, and Unified CloudWatch Agent. Dashboards are global resources. They can display metrics from multiple regions and support cross-account access. CloudWatch Events is the predecessor and Amazon Event Bridge is the evolution. They share the same underlying API. So basically CloudWatch Events was the earlier technology and Event Bridge is the newer technology that is recommended. Event Bridge adds partner event buses, custom event buses, and a schema registry on top of CloudWatch events. All new deployments should use Event Bridge. The unified agent replaces the legacy CloudWatch logs agent and the deprecated Perl monitoring scripts. So earlier there was a legacy CloudWatch logs agent and it was using Perl monitoring scripts, but now we have the unified agent. The unified agent collects metrics and logs, supports Linux and Windows, runs on EC2 instances and on-premises servers. It uses JSON-based configuration and the config can be stored in Systems Manager parameter store. The unified agent requires the CloudWatch agent server policy IAM role. Eighth topic is CloudWatch components. Contributor Insights provides top-end contributor analysis from logs. Basically, what is the cause of some issue? So basically, it will recommend top-end contributor for any kind of issues. Next feature is synthetic canaries. They provide scripted endpoint monitoring via Lambda using Node.js, Python, or Java with Puppeteer, Selenium, or Playwright. Anomaly detection uses machine learning based expected value bands trained on 2 weeks of historical data, accounting for seasonal patterns. Service Lens provides a unified view combining metrics, logs, and X-ray traces. Application Insights provides automated monitoring for .NET and SQL Server and other stacks using machine learning. Metric Streams provide continuous near real-time metric delivery to Kinesis data firehose. Metric Math allows calculation across metrics including anomaly detection band and service quota functions. Embedded Metric Format lets you publish metrics via structured JSON in log output. No put metric data API call is needed, making it ideal for Lambda and containers. Ninth topic is EC2 monitoring. Basic monitoring provides EC2 metrics every 5 minutes and is free. Detailed monitoring provides metrics every 1 minute and is paid. Detailed monitoring only increases the frequency. It does not add new metrics. There is no memory metric and no disk metric with detailed monitoring. Some services like Elastic Load Balancer and Application Load Balancer and RDS already report at 1 minute intervals by default. No detailed monitoring is needed for them. 10th topic is Observability Access Manager. Observability Access Manager has monitoring accounts and source accounts. They are connected via syncs and links, enabling cross-account observability. Account linking limit. So there is a one monitoring account, and it can link up to 100,000 source accounts. Observability access manager integrates with AWS organizations for automatic onboarding of member accounts. 11th topic is CloudWatch Logs Insights. Logs Insight provides interactive ad hoc querying with a pipe delimited syntax. Key commands include fields, filter, stats, sort, and limit. You can query up to 50 log groups simultaneously. Logs Insight is not real-time streaming, so this is a key exam question. The exam focuses on the difference between real-time versus batch log processing. So this is one of the most tested CloudWatch topic. For real-time processing, use subscription filters with Kinesis or Lambda, and this provides real-time log processing. Batch export uses create export task to export logs to S3. It has up to 12 hours delay, and only one active task is allowed per account. For continuous S3 archival, use subscription filters with Kinesis Data Firehose. This provides continuous archival to S3 and is the recommended solution. Container Insights provides CPU metrics, memory metrics, network metrics, and disk metrics at the cluster, node, pod/task, and service levels for Elastic Container Service, Elastic Kubernetes Service, and Fargate. Lambda Insights runs as a Lambda layer and provides OS level metrics including memory, CPU, and cold starts. No code changes are required. Internet Monitor tracks end user internet experience with no client side instrumentation needed. 12th topic is integration patterns. Memory and disk utilization are not default EC2 metrics. This is the single most tested CloudWatch fact on the exam. And you must install the CloudWatch agent to collect memory and disk metrics. Status checks runs every 1 minute regardless of monitoring level. Next one, Lambda automatically sends logs to CloudWatch logs. The log group follows the format /AWS/Lambda followed by the function name. The Lambda execution role needs 3 permissions. First one, logs :create log group, logs :create log stream, and logs put log events. RDS standard monitoring uses standard CloudWatch metrics collected from the hypervisor at 1 minute intervals. RDS enhanced monitoring provides OS level metrics including CPU by process and memory allocation. It offers 80 plus metrics, runs an agent on the DB instance, supports 1 to 60 second intervals, and delivers data to CloudWatch logs, not metrics. Values may differ between standard and enhanced monitoring because the hypervisor performs work that is invisible to the operating system. Auto scaling and CloudWatch. Auto scaling uses CloudWatch alarms for step scaling, and auto creates alarms for target tracking. For SQS based, that is simple queue service based scaling, it calculates the backlog per instance and use it as a custom metric. Avoid using raw queue depth directly. For SNS, simple notification service, so SNS is the primary alarm notification mechanism. CloudTrail logs all CloudWatch API calls. If you need to find out who deleted an alarm, check CloudTrail. Use Systems Manager to deploy CloudWatch agents at scale via run command and parameter store config. 13th topic is when to choose CloudWatch versus similar services. First one, if EC2 CPU is at 90% and you need alerting, choose CloudWatch alarms. If you need to find out who deleted an S3 bucket, choose CloudTrail. If an API request is slow across microservices, you need to find the bottleneck, so you will choose X-ray. If you need to trigger a Lambda function on an EC2 state change, choose EventBridge. If you need to collect and search application logs, choose CloudWatch logs. If you need to process 100,000 events per second in real time, choose Kinesis data streams. If you need to integrate third party software as a service events, choose EventBridge with a partner bus. To alert on a failed console logins, use CloudTrail to send logs to CloudWatch logs, then create a metric filter and set up an alarm. And that's all. Thanks for watching.